I gave a watch to Varan the Unbelievable from 1958, kaiju film directed by the legendary Ishiro Honda. I have seen this film before. I wasn't sure if I had, but no, it is familiar to me. This is a very straightforward monster film. It doesn't waste time with love triangles, as in the original 1954 Gojira, for example. And to my understanding, that is due to budget limitations. This film was meant to be like a 3 episode television miniseries, and then for whatever reason they decided to extend it into a feature film without giving them much more resources to work with. And so Honda was apparently disappointed with the finished result. Although I actually think this is a reasonably solid. Like I really like the black and white kaiju aesthetic, and just filtering a very general kaiju film just through that aesthetic. And there is a sense of seriousness and danger to this film. I mean, um, I like these early kaiju films where, like the original Gojira, it's almost just like this is the first time that this has happened. So they're like, oh shit, let's scramble everything together. So there's a sense of interest there as opposed to, watching the military trying to fight off Gojira or whomever, like after, and you're thinking, gee, do they really think it's going to work this time? This is the first time they're trying everything against this kaiju. It's like the first kaiju that's popped up in this film's timeline, if you know what I mean. And so, um, considering the number of films in that kind of Toho Gojira verse, yeah, it's slightly refreshing, if you know what I mean. Varan would only show up in one other film, and it's a brief footage in Destroy All Monsters. I assume that's new footage shot, or maybe they just colorized footage from this film. I don't remember. I haven't seen Destroy All Monsters in a long time. Destroy All Monsters is one of those films where every time you watch it, you're like, gee, there's like, what, 20 minutes of kaiju in this fucking film? Well, what is this? This is a con. Destroy All Monsters was kind of a con, except for that infamous where Ghidorah just gets fucking romped. That's just cruel. I didn't even like that scene. Fuck you. Leave Ghidorah alone. The other funny factoid about Varan in the context of the wider Godzilla film franchise is that you might, if you're familiar with 2004, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. I say Ghidorah just because it's funny. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. Ghidorah was meant to be Varan initially. They decided to change it to King Ghidorah, which is for the better. I mean, by that logic, you'd think you'd have replaced Baragon with Anguirus, but I like Baragon. Baragon's cool as. I like Anguirus too, although Anguirus was never in a film as good as Frankenstein Conquers the World. The greatest moment in the history of the Godzilla series is when Gojira and Anguirus have have speech bubbles in versus Gigan, and we're trudging along the ocean, and Gojira goes, "Come on, Anguirus, we've got to go," and Anguirus' speech bubble is just okay! Exclamation mark. Why did they do that? They're kids' movies. I don't know why they did it. It's just funny. But anyway, Varan the Unbelievable, pretty cool. If you like kaiju, you'll definitely get a kick out of this one. I would assume so anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments what you think of Varan the Unbelievable.